Hello, BookTube. Hello, friends. Welcome to LizziefayeLovesBooks. I'm Elizabeth. Well, we are just over halfway through May, and I thought it would be fun to do a quick reading check-in and let you know how my reading is going for the month of May, for middle grade May, and for my own personal path, which is science fiction, more specifically Star Wars. And I will have to admit, I have gone down a very deep Star Wars rabbit hole. I have not even been listening to audiobooks because most of the Star Wars audiobooks are on Audible, I believe. That is the predominant place that they're available. So it's a little more expensive. And I have kind of determined my reading order, and that's the ones that are on audio are not the ones that I want to listen to first. So I've been listening to Star Wars podcasts, mostly podcasts that revolve around the legends, the old canon, not the new canon, but I've been learning about all of it, and I've really been having a fun time doing it. So what I've been reading so far, I did finish the original novelization, which was actually released before the original Star Wars movie. This was released in 1976. I don't think I got this copy of the book until a few years later, maybe even early 80s. I want to say I picked this up at a book sale when I was in college, and I started college in the fall of 82. So I've had it, though, at least 40 years, and have never read it until this month. I've read it, and I loved it. I thought it was great. Then I was able to get the sequel. There was no movie made of this, but I got this from the library. This was also written by Alan Dean Foster. Now, this book is credited to George Lucas, but it was ghostwritten by Alan Dean Foster, who also wrote Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I finished this the other day, and I really did enjoy it. I was very entertained by it. It is not reported to be an incredible Star Wars book, but it is an important book in that it was the first one after this one and after the first movie. There was not much Star Wars material to draw from at this point. I mean, these two books and a movie, that was pretty much it. And I think that the original Marvel comic series started around that same time, and I want to try to get those. I believe, as I've been searching around, that those very earliest Star Wars comics are on Kindle Unlimited. And I've always kind of avoided Kindle Unlimited because I didn't think I would get my money's worth. But I think at the point that I'm ready to read Star Wars comics, I might just have to dip into Kindle Unlimited. Anyway, I finished this, I guess, yesterday morning early. And I started this one. I'm on chapter 3 of the first of the Han Solo adventures, Han Solo at Star's End. This is really fun. Now, there's 3 of these books, and these take place before the original Star Wars takes place, which I have learned through my my very deep rabbit hole, that anything that takes place before the original Star Wars movie, which is just called the Battle of Yavin, is called BBY, before Battle of Yavin. Anything that takes place after is after Battle of Yavin. And so this book would be 0, the year 0, because it's the Battle of Yavin. And so anything before or after that is ABY or BBY. Anyway, it's just really fun, and I was telling my daughter a little bit about it. She's like, wow, I didn't realize it was so involved. And yeah, I have also learned, because I didn't know what these, I've just been calling them scale down for younger readers. These are called junior novelizations or junior novels, and there are quite an extensive list of these junior novels as well. So I have just recently picked up these. Now, in my Star Wars Day video, I showed episodes 2 and 3 that I picked up at a yard sale, and so I found this at the store where I work. This is the junior novelization of episode 1. So now I have all 3 of those. I also picked this up at the store where I work. I believe this series is called Jedi Quest, and this is book 2, The Trail of the Jedi. This is a series by Jude Watson. He also wrote some of the 39 Clues books, so I went ahead and grabbed that. But I thought while I'm on here talking about Star Wars, I would admit to you that I have bought a few more Star Wars books. Now, I feel like I have a little more idea of what I'm looking for and what I want to buy, because there are 200 and something adult and YA Star Wars novels. And then if you add in all the junior novels and everything, there's well over 300. There may even be more than that. I'm not sure. Katie and I were out thrifting the other day, and we happened upon a fairly new thrift store in the next town over, and they get their merchandise from storage lockers, storage units. And apparently they got a hold of a storage unit of a Star Wars book collector, and they had a whole shelving unit that was at least half full of Star Wars books. A lot in hardcover and a lot in paperback. But their prices were a little higher than what I can afford and what I'm comfortable paying. So I had to pick and choose. So I had gotten there the first day with no list. I didn't have my Utini list and my list that, tell me the recommended reading order and the books that I already have are checked off and all of that. So I got a few that I was pretty sure I didn't have. And then I came back the next day with my list and I got a few more. And then I might have gone back again yesterday because she sent me a photo that they had pulled some more from the storage unit and had brought more Star Wars books to the store because I had asked her, if they had more, and she had said that they did. Thankfully, I already had a good many of the ones that were in the new photo. But on that same day, I was at work and I bought 3 books from the store where I work. So I've got a few to show you. I also went shopping in my garage because I knew that I had been somewhere in my garage that had some science fiction books that I had gotten very cheaply in a haul over a year ago. And at the time, I wasn't really interested in reading Star Wars books, or at least in collecting them. And I knew I had some Star Trek books and some Star Wars books, and I thought, I need to go and get that box out and see what I have. So I've pulled those out of storage, and I'm going to show you those as well. So let me just start with those because they are less exciting. They're paperbacks, but I'm excited that I have them. Some of them are from series and some are not. In fact, it looks like I may have a couple of duplicates already, but that's okay. I've got an eBay store. I can always put the duplicates on eBay. Anyway, this first batch are some that I had stored away and I didn't even know what the titles were until I pulled them out of the box. I've got Spectre of the Past by Timothy Zahn. I may have already picked this up in hardcover. I have I, Jedi by Michael Stackpole. Now, because I've been listening to a lot of Star Wars podcasts, I have heard varying opinions about different books. And so I am fully aware that some of these books are not as highly thought of as others. But, these that I'm showing you first, I think I paid 10 cents a book for. I have Dark Apprentice by Kevin J. Anderson. This is volume 2 of the Jedi Academy trilogy. And then I have volume 3 of that same trilogy, Champions of the Force. Then this is book 3 in another series called the Black Fleet Crisis series. And this is called Tyrant's Test. It is by Michael P. Cube McDowell. I hope I'm saying that right. And then there were 4 books in the Young Jedi Knights series. And so I think these are junior novels. I have heard someone on one of the podcasts mentioned that this was one of their first introductions to Star Wars, was reading these books. I'm not sure what numbers these are, but they're not like consecutive in the series, so I'll definitely need to find the others. Shadow Academy. These are by Kevin J. Anderson, and I believe his co-author is his wife, Rebecca Moesta. Then this one's called Lightsabers. This one's called Shards of Alderaan. And then Jedi Bounty. So those were what I found in my garage, along with some other science fiction books and some Star Trek books and things like that. But I just pulled the Star Wars books out so that I could at least check them off my list so that I don't buy duplicates. Then at the thrift store, I picked up this one on the first day. This one was a little bit damaged, and I think I talked her down so that she would knock about 50 cents off of this one. It was originally $1.99, and I think I paid $1.50. So this is Hard Contact from the Republic Command series by Karen Travis. Don't know anything about that one. This one, though, I believe is supposed to be really, really good. Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn. In fact, this one may be part of the same series, but I'm not actually sure without looking at the list. I'm still learning. And then I've heard really good things about this one, Darth Plagueis by James Luceno. This one is supposed to be one of the highest rated Star Wars books. And I was thinking that this one was new canon, but it says Legends, so I guess it is old canon. And I'm pretty sure that all of those paperbacks so far are considered old canon. And that's good, because that is where I have decided to start, obviously, and continue to read, is in the old canon. I think that since I am right now reading the very oldest books, I looked on the list of all Star Wars books in publication order, and the first 10 were from the 70s and 80s. There were no more than 10 books total in the 70s and 80s. So I'm going to read those 10, and that'll take me up to Return of the Jedi, and then from there, I may pick an era. I'm not sure. We'll just see how it goes. But some of the books I've already collected because I've found them at great deals or because I've heard good things about them are from the new canon. But I will probably just kind of put those on the back burner for now. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably change my mind as I go along. Okay, so yesterday at work, I picked up 3 hardcover Star Wars books. So I paid $4 a piece for these. These 2 are middle grade or junior novels. Star Wars Guardians of the Whills by Greg Rucka, and Star Wars Join the Resistance, Escape from Vaudran by Ben Acker and Ben Blacker. I don't know if that's part of a series. It kind of sounds like it is. I did get 2 other middle grade books that I'll show you in a second, but the other book that I got at the store where I work, I think this might be a YA novel. This is Rebel Rising, and this is a Rogue One novel. So then the other 2 middle grade books that I got were from the thrift store, so I paid a little more than I would have preferred for these, but this one I paid $5.99 for. It is Moving Target, A Princess Leia Adventure by Cecil Castellucci and Jason Fry. I have 3 others like this with the black and gray covers with the red accents, and I just decided that I was going to collect all of these. I don't know how many there are, but I really like this cover style, and I wanted to go ahead and grab that. And then I also picked this one up at the thrift store. This one was $6.99, and this is The Legends of Luke Skywalker by Ken Liu. This one's a little thicker, but it's, there's not a lot of words on the page. And then I have 5 more that I got at the thrift store. This one, I think, is also a YA novel. It was only $3.99. I was surprised because Claudia Gray has written some very popular Star Wars books. This one is Leia, Princess of Alderaan, and I was excited to get this because I think that one's supposed to be really good. I got another book by Claudia Gray called Bloodline. I was thinking I had shown you this one before, but I think I picked up a couple of others on my trip that were, they had similar covers. But this is The Truce at Bakura by Kathy Tyers. This may be one of those that's not rated very highly at all, but you know what? Those are the ones I want the most, I think. I don't know why. I'm just, always rooting for the underdog. And it was $4.99. And then I got the Millennium Falcon. I was excited about this one. It was $9.99 though. I didn't have to pay that much, but I definitely wanted to get it. And then the most I paid for one, but really this is 3 books in one, and in each book are a bunch of short stories. So this is called Star Wars Tales. I paid $15 for it, but they're going for like $40 or $50 on eBay. So I think I still got a great deal. Anyway, it has 3 different collections of short stories. It has Tales from Mos Eisley, Tales from the Bounty Hunters, and Tales from Jabba's Palace. They are edited by Kevin J. Anderson, and I believe various authors contributed to it. So I was really happy to get it, even though I had to pay $15 for it. I'm excited to read this. I'm excited to read all of these. I still need a few others that I can't get from my library that I want to read before I get to some of these that I've collected. But I'm just going to always keep my eyes out for all the Star Wars books and try to eventually, get as many of them as I can. I didn't set out to collect all these Star Wars books, and I'm now trying to figure out where I'm going to put them. I was in here looking at my shelves thinking, I can't, I can't give up space from Miss Julia or from Mitford, but perhaps this shelf right here, even though you wouldn't be able to see them very well, at least I would have them out where I can keep track of what I have and how many I have and all of that. So I think that may be what I end up doing is putting them here. And maybe I can adjust my camera angle a little bit so that you could see them a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know that my subscriber base are not big Star Wars readers and not big Star Wars watchers, perhaps, because when I do a Star Wars video, it doesn't get a lot of views. But that is just what I'm into right now. And my daughter, it was kind of interesting because she didn't seem to mind that I was getting Star Wars books and that I was reading them. Because I said, I am just so into Star Wars, that's all I want to read. And she said, oh, well, if you just want to read all Star Wars books, that means you can get rid of all your others, right? So, well, I don't think that's quite what I was thinking, but anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.